Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 6, 2017, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the market events of the day, we're starting out with 2:30 South African time, Canadian trade balance coming out. We'll look at the Canadian dollar. And then at 4 o'clock South African time, ISM Manufacturing PMI number coming out of the United States. Now, that's not a major number, but it's good to know that it's happening today. And we'll look at what's happening tomorrow, which is a much bigger number. And then at 5 o'clock South African time, oil inventories, weekly inventories coming up. So we look at oil. Oil's also been a major player this week. Now, the major news of the week is really tomorrow, non-farm payroll coming out at 2:30 South African time. So just make sure you're aware of it. Okay, it's usually rattles and shakes the market, and it's tremendous opportunities to trade. So just keep an eye on it. Now, let's look at the markets and what's been happening this past. We're looking here at the EURUSD, and finally we had this resistance level at 114.36, and we've been respecting it. It's a weekly resistance number, okay? And as you can see here, we've had this resistance for almost 2 years. So we did anticipate, and we did speak about this, that it would retrace. Now the question is how much further is it going to retrace? We're trading at 113.32, and we've got another 50 pips until we hit another support level. So, you know, it might develop a new support level around this area just because it's a little bit higher up. It's about 50% from its rally. So keep an eye on this as it develops, okay? But just realize that tomorrow, if we have non-favorable non-farm payroll numbers coming out, we could really breach this 114.36 and even hit 120 before the end of the year. Now that's my call, but let's see if we actually create that. I think we're going to be trading in this new range between 114 and 111, 112-ish level, okay, until we really solidify and take it higher. Okay, so we've challenged it a few times, but we haven't ever broken it up higher. I don't think we'll be seeing a correctional move that we're going back to 107 or 104 or 106 level, but I do think that we're going to be trading in this new range. So keep an eye on that. GBPUSD holding strong here at 129.35 above this resistance level. Okay, so we've had this massive rally as well, and we hit this 130-ish level, and we hit a wall. Okay, we hit a little bit of a brick wall, or a resistance as we'd like to call it, at this 130-ish level. So, you know, it's also retracing, not as retracing as much as the EURUSD did, as EURUSD, excuse me. As you can see here, we're still holding very strong. So this might imply that it might trade above higher, and my challenge is 130 before we know it. Looking at the gold's been very quiet this week, hasn't really bounced from this massive retracement. Okay, it looks like a beautiful you know, V formation, upside down V formation, as you know, we've been trading in this range between 1300 on the upper end and 1220-ish level on the lower end, and we're just about that level right here. And if we don't find some sort of traction, some sort of impetus to go higher, we may even go lower. So just keep an eye on this as this rates. Looking at oil, we had a correctional move from this massive rally here from $42 to $47. Is at 4. The oil, it's a massive rally, okay? It's not a massive rally in the bigger picture of things, but for oil, it is a major bounce, okay? And we're a correctional move right here, almost looking like a upside down head and shoulders, okay? So this would be one shoulder, this would be the head right here, and this would be the anticipated shoulder. Now that's relatively a bullish formation, okay, and we might see that actually happening. So take a look at this today and see how this develops. Looking at the Dow Jones, well, we rallied at the beginning of the week into July 4th weekend, or July 4th Tuesday, which is really not the ideal day for July 4th to work out, but we rallied right into it, and we haven't retraced below it. We're flirting 50 points off of our all-time highs. We retraced a little bit to 21,361. We bounced right off of it. So, it's really, we're going into the summer now. Now we're going to the heart of the summer. So I don't anticipate massive moves one way or another. Now there might be massive moves because there's low volatility and the market just decides to sell off. That I've seen before, and I'd be more inclined to think that we'd be selling off than would be actually breaking higher. So just be careful on the long side there. Looking at the DAX here, we're finally bouncing. It's almost a dead cat bounce here. We're not really bouncing much from this massive sell-off. And this might be a formation where we're showing to us that it's getting a lot weaker, and we may challenge this 12,364 resistance support level again, and further go into a sell-off. So it hasn't showed us any sort of strength there. Now looking at the USD CAD, getting stronger against the dollar, trading at 129.67-ish level, and we're right there at somewhat of a support level right here. We've hit this level before, and it's a massive retracement for the Canadian dollar. So let's see if the weekly number that's going to come out today, the trade balance is going to be favorable for the Canadian dollar, and see how that actually poses itself. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.